Imagine growing up where this is your classroom, these are your friends, and this is your playground. My name's Alison Teal, and I was raised around the world, homeschooled by my adventure photographer parents. Now I'm kind of like a female Indiana Jones, with a pink surfboard. Basing out of my grass shack in Hawaii, I travel the world, sharing secrets of survival, sustainability, and happiness through my Alison's Adventures film series. And over the years, I've been shocked by the amount of plastic waste gathering in our oceans. This is a serious situation as the plastic is breaking down, absorbing deadly toxins, getting eaten by fish, and then eventually by us. The tipping point for me came when I got a call from Discovery Channel to be on the most challenging survival show in the history of television. They said I'd be marooned on an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean for almost a month with nothing, not even clothing. During the filming, I was blown away by the massive amounts of plastic covering the pristine Maldivian island. We even made a raft out of plastic bottles to reach our extraction point on the last day. The show quickly hit #1 on Discovery Channel, and I was so excited to finally have a platform to spread awareness on plastic pollution in the ocean.
Alison, welcome to the show.
A new season of Naked and Afraid.
But no one wanted to talk about plastic.
How much did you all get for doing this? In a competition?
A coconut.
I soon realized that surviving Hollywood was tougher than the wild, and I couldn't stop thinking about all that plastic. So, with only a pink surfboard and a lot of passion, I devised a plan to make plastic pollution just as important as naked people on TV. Using the best form of non-polluting transportation I could find, I set off back to the Maldives. My quest? Find a way to repurpose all of that plastic. It was a bit of a long journey, and I traveled mostly at night, navigating by the stars. Along the way, I met lots of nice people who helped me survive my crossing. And I may have had a few board meetings along the way. And just when I thought I must be nearing the Maldives, a massive storm hit. A lightning bolt struck me from my board, and it was all a blur after that. The storm finally passed, and apparently I was still alive. And out of the blue, I spotted a mysterious hut floating in the middle of the ocean. And as far as I could tell, it was completely abandoned. So I made myself at home, drank my last coconut.
Always carry a coconut with you. Trust me on this one.
And settled in for a much-needed night of rest.
Whew. Well, that was quite an adventure. That storm just about took me out.
The next day was so warm and beautiful, it was hard to get going. But I had a quest to complete. And after a short morning paddle, I had finally arrived in the Maldives. The Maldives, or Maldives, is one of the most spectacular countries in the world. It consists of over 1,000 picturesque islands, making up a stream of atolls in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Known as an elite resort destination, it is the lowest-lying country on Earth, which makes it extremely susceptible to sea level rise. It is predicted that if carbon emissions remain the same, the Maldives will be underwater in less than a decade, and so will all that plastic. By midday, I had reached my destination, the island where I survived Discovery Channel's Naked and Afraid.
I made it! I made it! Woo! I made it! Holy moly, look at all this trash.
But now, where my home sweet shelter had been, looked more like a landfill, with bottles that had drifted from every corner of the earth.
It feels like somebody destroyed my home. That's what it feels like.
The island was cleaned for my show, so this was just a year's accumulation.
It's like such a stark contrast between paradise and then crap.
I didn't realize how hard it would hit me.
I just don't know how people could use so much waste.
And there's only one thing to do in this situation.
Make a hat.
So I made a hat for sun protection out of a nearby coconut tree.
The worst hat I've ever made.
And made sure that I was well hydrated. Save a plastic bottle, drink a coconut. Then I grabbed a plastic bag, conveniently from a nearby reef, and set to work. I couldn't leave all that there.
Oh, ice pack. Score. New shoe. Mama's got some new shoes.
I created a pile near one end of the beach, but no matter how much I gathered, there was more.
I need a helper.
As if in answer to my prayers, a man marched into my life, equally concerned about the ocean. Meet Madhu, who came out of nowhere and helped me clean up all that plastic.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Luckily, he could only count to 5, or we would have been there a while. And then, as quickly as he came, he disappeared. But the plastic did not. What was I gonna do with it all? It definitely wouldn't fit on my transport. So I set up my office to do some research and figure it out.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to my office.
In terms of waste collection in the Maldives, the only thing I could find was an island near the capital of Malé, actually called Trash Island. But it was on the other side of the country from my current coordinates. I needed answers, so I scheduled what always gives me clarity.
I have a board meeting soon.
Luckily, there was a great place nearby for a board meeting. The best ideas come right after the best wipeouts. That is when it came to me. I had a plan.
The best I can do at this point is fill up the bag I found, put it on my sup, and get it off to Trash Island. And hopefully they'll recycle it for me.
I was determined to even make the smallest of a difference. So with my bag of plastic bottles, I set off to Trash Island. And in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger,
I'll be back.
after traveling halfway across the world, getting to Trash Island seemed like a breeze. When I arrived at Trash Island, it was a sight to see, and I was surrounded by mountains of burning trash. The odor was horrifically toxic.
Hello?
I approached the first person I could find.
Hello, excuse me?
Hi.
What is your name?
Rajesh.
Oh, Rajesh, Alison.
Alison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Hawaii. You know surfing? Like this? With this? Have you surfed before?
No.
Where's the plastic? Recycle.
Cycle.
No, not cycle. Like,
It seemed
Is
he
it
didn't
this
have a
way?
clue what I was talking about, but offered to take me to the plastic.
so you work here?
Hi, supervisor.
Supervise.
Yeah.
Whoa, supervisor. Holy moly.
And it turned out it was also his home,
Wow.
with quite the front yard.
Yeah.
Holy plastic. All the trash in the Maldives? Come here.
This side.
That's a big job. Big job. So, this all just stays here. No recycle. just sits here.
I came to understand that there was no recycling. And most of this plastic wasn't even from the Maldives. It was brought from all over the world by ocean currents. It is truly incredible how far a plastic bottle can travel and destroy paradise. And the bottles just sat there and eventually burned into toxic fumes, which constantly flowed over the capital city, Male, which holds more than 1/3 of the country's population. Rajesh told me how he almost died from the fumes.
Pollution, yeah.
And then in your house,
Ice very bad. And fever coming.
fever coming from all the smoke. So you go to the hospital.
Hospital, no.
Living in this pollution all the time?
Yeah, all the time, no.
Okay.
I thanked Rajesh and gave him the only thing I could think of to protect his eyes from the smoke.
Yeah, like movie star.
Yeah, I very like.
You very like?
Yeah, very like.
Thank you.
And then, using my surfboard as a sort of walking stick, I set off to see the extent of Trash Island.
I just trekked across the entire trash island here in the Maldives, and I just wish that we could recycle all of this into usable items.
Soon the sun set over Trash Island, and I bid Rajesh farewell.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 I couldn't bear to leave my bag of trash there, to sit among the monstrous mounds of plastic, or burn into toxic fumes that Rajesh would have to breathe. I had a better plan.
All right. Board meeting.
I set back off across the world with my bag of plastic bottles, and my mission to turn naked and afraid into clothed and accomplished. Awareness inspires change. And if the press cared about naked people on TV, I wonder if they'd care about naked people wearing plastic bottles. Believe it or not, this bikini is made out of 15 plastic bottles. And those bottles were from that bag of trash I lugged back from the Maldives. And before I could take a shower and eat some chocolate, my story had spread to the world.
Welcome to NBC, baby. Cleaning up bottles and learning to save the world. Bye-bye.
I gotta tell you, the headline is shocking, the Naked and Afraid show and all of that. But it's a very real story that you're bringing to us this morning, and that's what you saw in what should be one of the most beautiful places in the world.
I'm trying to figure out how we can establish recycling plants over there, and I think the first #1 step is awareness. And we could take that trash and clean up the world, and I could have something to wear.
Actually, everything I'm wearing is made out of recycled plastic bottles.
This Patagonia jacket, these tiki tights.
I was no longer naked, and definitely not afraid to share my message with the world. Because after all, one person's trash is another woman's bikini. Now it's up to all of us to reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's important to question where something comes from and where is it going. Who will it affect? What will it do to the planet? And what will it do to our future generations? Next time you consider buying a plastic bottle, think of Madhu and think of Rajesh.
This is made from plastic bottles.
My bikini may not solve our plastic problem, but I hope it's one step in the right direction.
Saving your life. We'll call it Rajesh Bikinis and Cool Stuff. I like it. That's gonna be it. Let's do it.
And just remember, there's no such thing as throwing it away.